Okay, what was life like on 57th Street and 20th Avenue? Well, it was very different than Bay Ridge, but in its own way, it was kind of cool once I got a little accustomed to it, but it would never replace what I had before. First of all, when I say dirt streets, I'm talking about there was no sidewalks, there was no streets, there was bumps there, which meant that cars couldn't really go down at any kind of speed at all. And that made it easy for us to play touch football, stickball, all the different games right in the street. And as far as the makeup of the block goes, well, there was three guys. There was me, there was Brother Benson, and then down the corner there was Dominic Prezisi. Now Dominic was kind of the Italian stud type, pretty good looking, had an attitude, so on and so forth. We never really hit it off that much. Not that we really had fights with each other, but there was always some kind of friction. Also, there was two girls. There was Tootsie, who I had a crush on, and Ellen across the street, right next door to Brother Benson. Now, Tootsie, well, as a matter of fact, as we got more like 12, 13 years old, she used to teach me how to dance. Right down in her basement. She had a little basement kind of finished, and she was teaching me to fish. It was nice. And Brother Benson, see, there was a big cemetery, and it was right behind Brother Benson's house. That whole side of the street had this big cemetery that we would actually climb over the fence, go in there and play and hang out at night and everything. Weird, right? It was fun. He also had, well, he had the biggest house as far as property goes, 5 lots, which is the equivalent to 100 feet as far as the width goes. And in Brooklyn, that's big, that's sizable. He had chickens back there, he had other things. He had this thing that that was the brig, I think. It was like a big high garage, very large, and I think they used to make liquor there in the old days. And then he had some regular car garages, about 4 of them. Well, anyway, in his backyard we set up a tent, and we used to hang out in the tent with the girls and everything. And also on the block, my uncle lived there at the time. Young guy, a good athlete, good looking, good personality, unlike my father, his brother. And we had this guy, Tony, down the corner, who had this crazy German Shepherd, King. Very, very vicious dog. And Tony, well, he had been a judo instructor in, I don't know, the Marines or whatever it is, a real wild guy, and it made for some kind of a makeup to the block anyway. Finally, I end up going to junior high, up on 60th Street and 23rd Avenue, and that's where a whole nother part of my life begins. Sports, meeting different people. Brother Benson, up until this time, really a great guy. I mean, this is one of the nicest people you would ever want to meet, and he always has been. We just used to do so many things together. He had 2 rich uncles, one that lived in Freeport and one in Massapequa. They both lived underwater. We would go there in the summer. His aunt and uncles would just treat us like gold. And that alone was experiences that I think back at, and it's just wonderful, really. So much different than Bay Ridge, but like I say, Bay Ridge was my type of place. Okay, we're going to get into my junior high school days next time around.